Alright, welcome back. And we're starting Arsenal Pyramid today. And we're going to start by not talking about Arsenal Pyramid and start talking about the comics. So, let's see. Where are your stances on... Let's start with Archie Comics. What are your stance on Archie Sonic?
Archie Sonic. Well, I've not. To be fair, I've not read a whole bunch of the comics,
Neither have I.
but I've read a fair bit. But a while ago, I did try. Oh, hang on a sec.
Oh, boost!
Oh, I forgot lyrics. Shit. Oh, but yeah. We'll come on that song later. But yeah, the Archie comics. I did actually read the older ones actually a few years ago. It's funny seeing how sort of different it was at the beginning.
Yeah,
I would very much like to sort of I guess read some of the more modern comic stories and get into IDW as well. Because
the beginning of Archie Sonic was like a weird mishmash of Sonic Sat AM and Adventures of Sonic.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it was yeah, getting seeing that design of Eggman when I'm used to sort of the game versions, it's just weird. It's like, where the fuck are his glasses? Being profane as fuck.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. My first introduction to Archie Sonic, and this is a big technicality. Uh, it started with the small intro comic from I think the Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 manual. No, not manual. Cheat book. Those game books that tell you the length of like what to do in a game.
Yeah, I remember those.
I had that for Sonic 1 and 2, and it had like an intro comic where Uncle Chuck tells Sonic to deliver this wagon of chili dogs to this address, and he gets sabotaged when he gets there. And I think that comic was in the Archie books at some point. It definitely was not number one, for sure. It was not number one, but it happened like later on.
Mm.
Uh, and that's it. That's all I had for Archie Sonic, and then everything else afterward was like whatever I heard on the internet.
Yeah, but I hear you're into the IDW ones though, yeah.
Yeah, that's mostly because I missed out on Archie Sonic, and I had no easy way to get the books. Thank goodness for the modern day. uh, I've just been collecting the graphic novels for some time, and I hear what's going on with the comics on Twitter, but I don't read the individual issues. I just read the whole graphic novel when it comes out, which is taking forever.
You enjoying it at least?
Oh yeah, very much, dude. I followed Evan Stanley back in DeviantArt when I was a kid, and just seeing the guy, where he is now is great. Uh,
Didn't she?
oh, it's a girl, right? Sorry, whoops.
I was gonna say, didn't she made her own sort of fan comedy
She
thing
did.
about Silver,
She did.
didn't she?
Evan Stanley did make her own comic. It was Ghost of the Future.
That's it.
And I went back to it just to pick up where I left off because I remember stopping when one of Silver's sisters got injured. It was hospitalized.
Oh, he has sisters.
Yeah. Silver's like the Silver's future is like a different future than in the games. And in there, Silver has a mother, a father, and two sisters.
All right.
Yeah, one of his sisters becomes a ghost just to save her life, and now because of that event, she can now Like it's kind of ridiculous when I think about it, but she can basically just go into. She can like transfer her consciousness to her soul and just leave her body.
Is that why the title is the way it is?
No, Ghost of the Future is all about Sonic getting Silver to save the world, I guess, by collecting the Chaos
Ah,
Emeralds, and
okay.
and Sonic, because of what happened in what happened when he was alive, died, and Tikal saved him.
Oh shit.
Uh, the only other Sonic character that survived that wasn't Silver was Shadow, because he was like genetically made or in a test tube baby.
I think he's supposed to be immortal.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Huh. That sounds fun.
And
That's
let's see.
well. Well, I guess to bring it back a bit. Speaking of IDW, actually, I'll say that. I think speaking of Silver, should we talk about Infinite for us for a ticky boo?
I think we should, because this guy has the most potential to be a good Sonic villain, and this game just does not give him the greatest of light, like at all. He's like
I'm
he's like the Darth Vader of the Sonic universe, but this game
or the
is
Kylo Ren.
well, okay, yeah, yeah.
I am as a I'm not sure about Infinite. I guess if they're as persistent with him as they were with like the Zeti, maybe I guess I could what's the word? I guess he can grow on me, I suppose. I think if they kept using him, he could have an interesting place in the sort of, I guess,
Yeah, but will they?
Sonic games and all that.
Because I immediately the first thing that I think of when it comes to villains that have squandered potential, I immediately think of Eggman Nega, and he hasn't been used in a video game since what, Rivals?
Well, technically, it's weird because Sonic doesn't use him at all anymore for some reason, and if I remember correctly, unless specifically given permission, he's not allowed to be used in the comics either. But
Yeah.
for some reason, the Mario and Sonic Olympic games still use him.
Really?
Yeah, he keeps appearing in those actually, as I guess in like special bosses and all that.
I guess
As
they needed a spot for an extra Sonic character, and they couldn't think of any.
oh, not as a playable character. I think it's usually like I don't know
Oh,
bosses or events. There are like special missions and stuff.
you know what? They probably use him
yeah,
because Eggman's in the roster.
yeah, maybe. As for Infinite though, I mean, well, jeez.
He kind
I
of
mean,
fell on
he's
his face. He fell on his face when he came through the door.
yeah, his let's say backstory isn't particularly, I guess, flattering. Um,
No, I mean,
but
go ahead.
I guess I don't know if I can see. I don't know how I can see him coming back. First of all, have I said first of all? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
if
Clearly, I
I
don't know. I clearly don't know what to make of Infinite.
I have an idea of like him being a super boss and all that, but uh, not really anything story wise.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm not. He feels, to be honest, like maybe he's like even more than some other Sonic characters. He feels like he's a bit of a one-off, and that might just be the fault of his portrayal in this game. But
The way he's characterized.
yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not really. I'm not really feeling Infinite much. If they did, a bit of again, distant, they want to bring him back some more. I won't
All
complain
right.
too much.
If there's one thing I will say about Infinite is that a lot about Infinite just feels like deliberate. Like it's so on the nose of how he's characterized, shown off, etc. Even his character designs is very on the nose, and when
They
people
wanted
think,
some edge with this character, yeah.
you know what,
Out the edge.
Like
Yeah.
they people always like gravitate towards Shadow for being the edgy Sonic character, but in Shadow's case, he was he wasn't edgy like in his portrayal in SA2. He was like an evil Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he started
He
off, you know,
he only
he,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, he started out a bit different than I guess he gets portrayed in future material. Um, but also I guess because he was sort of like the first kind of one, kind of like I guess Sonic sort of hedgehog rival like that. It's introducing kind of this new character, this new edgy like dark character. I guess it just doesn't hit as it just feels like they're trying to one up sort of the concept of Shadow. Like let's make him
Yeah,
edgier and
like Shadow never got edgy until his own game. That's only then, and even then, he still had the design that he had in SA2, and to this day, he's like Shadow was designed to be a lot more timeless than Infinite. Infinite is uh pretty is pretty like again on the nose, very
yeah.
deliberate, and he was
Yeah, but
go
the
ahead.
thing is that like Shadow was also made sort of to be. He was supposed to just to, like be a one-off character as well, like appear in SA2, but he was so popular, he's brought back in Heroes, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and and I think that's mostly because of his popularity. But I'm not sure that
Yeah,
Infinite is going to get the same treatment because, like I said,
yeah.
he could
Maybe
be
he
just a
feels
one-off.
maybe he feels this is a very unflattering, I guess, comparison, but maybe he feels just like a bit like Mephiles, to be honest.
I wouldn't doubt Sonic Team if they wanted to do like Mephiles as the main villain. But like I think Azuka said at one point, uh, like Mephiles was going to be in the game at some point. I
Interesting.
don't I don't know where I got this or if
Maybe
he
it's
said
one of
this
the
at all.
like. Maybe he was going to be like one of those Phantom Ruby illusions, like Chaos and all that.
Maybe, but I think when people think of Mephiles, they think of him as like the ultimate evils. It just wouldn't be right if Mephiles was the lackey of Eggman. It just
I
wouldn't make any
suppose,
sense
yeah. I'm,
because he
I'm
would.
just I'm not saying that I'm just saying that he feels kind of Infinite feels similar. I don't know. I don't know if I have a lot really to say about Infinite.
Well,
But yeah, it needs maybe needs work. I guess that's my review on Infinite.
yeah.
Needs work.
I personally would like to see Infinite come back. Like just because like Sonic it doesn't have a lot of rogues in his gallery. When compared to other
Hmm.
other like heroes, I guess. Because
Yeah.
I always compare Sonic to like uh, DC, Marvel, or whatever, and
Okay.
I don't know, dude. He straight up feels like a superhero in some cases.
That's fine. I wouldn't be opposed to him. I don't think I'd be opposed to him coming back either. Uh,
Yeah.
I think they got to work on it some more. Like, what is this character? And considering what happens at the end of the game, you
Yeah.
know, what will we do with him in the future?
I would not mind if Infinite came back, uh, and he was off his rocker. I wouldn't mind if that happened.
Oh, he goes completely mentally.
Yeah, yeah. He goes crazy for power.
Maybe if he comes back without the mask, that would be. Hmm. Well, we'll see what happens with Infinite, I guess.
Yep.
But for now, that's the end of part 3.
End of part 3. See you guys.
The source of my power is none of your concern.
Sorry, but you've just got to share the secret of your power with me. I insist.
Your insistence